Hey, good morning, everybody. Glad you are here. We are in our last week of meeting online, and next week we will hopefully be in person. We'll send out that notification over the next day once we figure out what we are going to do. As far as I know, there are no extra cases of COVID. We have some people we need to be praying for, but we are on the mend. So if you want to put some prayer requests, I can see those over in the chat on my screen. We'll be praying for those. And I just want to come and be an encouragement for today, since we are doing church online, just give you a good word of encouragement. So if you want to say hello to each other, I got a question for you. What's your favorite ice cream? Just so go ahead and put that in the comments. What's your favorite ice cream? I don't necessarily have a favorite, but if I did, it'd be chocolate with a whole bunch of other chocolate in it. So if you want to share what your favorite ice cream is, that would be great. So go ahead and put that in the comments. See, we got 10 people here with us, and so we'll jump into an encouragement. I love what Max Lucado said when he wrote in his book, Give Every Day a Chance. He described an event he was in. And in that event, let's see, we got Shelly likes Huckleberry. That's pretty good, especially when it comes to living in Oregon. Sean likes some French vanilla. So my daughter, she likes vanilla if you just get vanilla all the time. And then Sonia likes peppermint. So, and then who else we got? We got Andrea. She likes vanilla. And then we have a whole host of things. Hudson chocolate chip, Rhett chocolate chip with chocolate on it. That's what my son likes. It's got to be a whole bunch of chocolate on top of chocolate. And then Sarah likes brownie dough with chocolate ice cream. Man, all of you really like ice cream. It's kind of interesting to me. Okay, so Max Lucado, in his book, Give Every Day a Chance, he talks about how he was in a race in the ocean and chop happened, a whole bunch of chop. And in that race, he was looking for guidance. He didn't know where he was going. And then 12 other people got on top of him as they were swimming, and they were all going in this race to the finish line. And then a canoe showed up and said, hey, you guys are off course. You're not getting it right. You need to get in this canoe so we can take you safely to land. And we all do that. We all get off course. We all get off in our journey. And then there's correction that needs to come from that. So we do that. And in a lot of weddings, you probably have heard these verses. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and you know it. When it comes to love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. And so I want to read to you at least the beginning of the chapter where these people were off course and they needed to be corrected. And so I want to read it to you, and then we'll have some discussion about it. It says, if I speak in the tongues of men and of angels but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, is not envy, is not boast, is not proud, is not rude, it is not self-seeking, is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. So love never fails. So we've heard those words spoken in weddings and things of the like, but I want to run over to chapter 12 and even chapter 11, where there was dysfunction and they need to be course corrected. In chapter 12, it says, now about spiritual gifts, brothers, I do not want you to be ignorant. You know that when you were pagans, somehow or other, you were influenced and led astray by mute idols. Therefore, I tell you, No one who is speaking by the Spirit of God says, Jesus be cursed. And no one can say Jesus is Lord except by the Holy Spirit. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but the same God works all of them in all men. So they were arguing about who was the best among them, who was more spiritual, who had the most authority. And Paul says you need a course correction. The waves are choppy. You're getting confused. You're getting off course because you're focusing on who's better, who's right, who has the most spiritual gifts. And Paul says, hey, you guys all have something to give to the church. You guys all have the ability to use your spiritual gifts to lift others up. And in that, when you use your spiritual gifts, could you please, that will take over. That's the course correction. That will give direction to your spiritual gifts. And what I've seen in the church, let me think. When did I start ministering? About when I was 16, I was given a I can't think of the right word, internship. I was given an internship in this church where we had to read books and we had to come up with youth group lessons and things when I was 16. And through all of that, I've seen where sometimes our want to be right, our want to do it our own way, our want to be more spiritual than other people and come up with excuses, is devoid of love. And so my encouragement for today is that whatever God has gifted you with, please, for the sake of what has been shown at the cross, put love over all of those things. And that's what Paul was saying in 1 Corinthians, where they had become selfish and problematic. And he says, in a rescue canoe, says the direction you need to go is love. And so hopefully that encourages you today when it comes to whatever is going on in your life, that in your discussions with your children, with your spouse, with your boss, whatever it may be, that love conquers the direction that you need to go. So love is patient, love is kind, does not envy, it does not boast. In all things, love is the direction we need to go. So with that said, we see a lot of love going around. I'm going to share a screen with you because we have a praise report for you today. Megan and Will Newberger had a baby boy, Eli. Excuse me. It's not COVID. I just got a little choked up. Eli is home and they've been dealing with COVID restrictions. But I want to share with you some photos that will make your heart melt. So this is Megan with her baby boy, Eli. And this week they were able to get together. There is Will with baby Eli. And then we have him just resting at home. So that's a praise report for you. Seeing him be home, be with his family, and doing well. So you can go ahead and give them a clap. Let them know that you love them. There's also a meal train. I think most of those slots have been filled up, but you can go back on some of our posts and see that there is a meal train you can sign up for and let them know that I'm going to bring them some tasty treats. Maybe you can take some notes of what Megan has said earlier and get them some of this, some chocolate chip with chocolate on it. Maybe that's the meal that you take them. So that's a praise report. Please continue to pray for people dealing with COVID. We'll get together this week as a leadership at the church and decide what we're going to do for services and getting together. And if you're sick, please stay at home. We want to be a place where people can come, but also know that the restrictions that are put out in the government has a lot to do with it when it comes to the school system. So go ahead and be wary of that. So, hey, Megan, here, I'll put this up for you. Nice to be inside your home. Yeah, if you're camping for like a week, you're ready to be at home, especially since it's been about 2 weeks since you've been there. So anyway, keep your eye on the prize, keep your direction straight, love in all of your gifts that you have. Sometimes it's very hard to do when you want to be right in a situation, or you want to have the direction go the way that you want it, to put your gifts over your love, but always have your love over your gifts. So love you. If you have any other prayer requests, you can let me know what's going on in your life. I see that Andrea Jackson's on with us. We'll continue to pray for Marv healing up. And then I don't see any other prayer requests. So with that, I hope you have a great Sunday. As always, if you need anything, just give me a message, ask away, and we'll see you, fingers crossed, actually prayers crossed, next Sunday for in-person service.